Good morning, Falcons. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the second airing of Xavier in the AM. I hope everyone had a spooky weekend and is ready for another strong week of school. It was a very eventful past week, including the end of the first marking period, the World Series, Halloween over the weekend, the upcoming election, and much more. On today's show, we'll be interviewing students and teachers, overviewing last week's events, and some upcoming events.
First of all, we hope everyone had a solid first marking period. Make sure to turn in those last few missing homeworks. Take that last quiz and start with a good mark on that report card. We now go down to our on-scene reporter, Dan Lyons, as he interviews a Xavier student on his performance from the first marking period. Dan?
Thank you, gentlemen. Dan Lyons here with Graydon Matchlet as we talk about the previous marking period. Graydon, how do you think you did on the report card to start off the year?
Not great.
Thank you, Graydon. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Dan, and thanks, Graydon, for sharing your thoughts. As the World Series has come to a conclusion, much disappointment and joy flowed throughout the country as the Dodgers took the championship title in an exciting 6-game series. Although the Dodgers did have the best record in baseball, the Rays struck a rally and dragged the series to 6 games rather than 4. We now go back down to Dan as he interviews a teacher on their opinions of the series.
Thanks, guys. Dan Lyons here, again with Mr. Royce, speaking on the matter of the past World Series. Mr. Royce, how did your preferred team do?
They lost.
Thank you, Mr. Royce. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Dan, and thanks, Mr. Royce, for sharing your thoughts. We also hope everyone had an enthralling Halloween and stocked up on enough candy to hold you over for winter. The new trend of dressing up as cows and appearing in public places has erupted over the country and in the school, especially in the Halloween season. Although this trend may seem harmless, there is great potential for injury and danger. If you see anyone dressed in a cow costume, please notify authorities for everyone's safety. People have flooded the streets dressed as cows, ghosts, vampires, and the most terrifying of all, the presidential candidates.
With that being said, the presidential election is on Tuesday, and tensions rise and the country forms a schism. Although many have different political opinions, we must remember in such times that we are all Americans, sharing the common interest of good vibes. In other news, parent skepticism rises when sending their children trick-or-treating, not only because of the pandemic, but also due to the recent influx of manipulated candy. Children around the country have been finding their candy slightly tampered with, holding different, potentially dangerous items in their wrappers. We pray everyone in our community has stayed safe during such events. We now go back down to Dan as he interviews different people on their Halloween experiences.
Thanks again, guys. Dan here reporting on the scene, asking Xavier students what they dressed as for Halloween. Aaron, what did you go as?
The cow.
Alexis, did you go trick-or-treating this Halloween?
Yes.
And what did you dress as?
Pickle.
And did you find anything suspicious inside of your candy?
36-inch wide French refrigerator with crisper drawer.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mike, did you go trick-or-treating this year?
Yes.
What did you dress as?
Bird person.
And did you find anything suspicious in your candy?
14th century Ming Dynasty katana.
Thank you. Mrs. Kennedy, did you go trick-or-treating this year?
Yes, I did.
And what did you dress as?
Nicholas Soretta.
Oh, and did you find anything suspicious inside of your candy?
I did.
What was that?
A jug.
Kian, did you go trick-or-treating this year?
I did.
And what did you dress as?
Jaws Extra number 66.
Oh, really? And did you find anything suspicious inside of your candy?
I did.
What was that?
Michael Horniak.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, Dan. In other news, we also had our first sophomore Saturday this past weekend, giving the sophomores the chance to hear talks, be a part of small groups, make sandwiches for St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry, and attend Mass. This sophomore Saturday was the first of 3. We also have our All Souls Day Mass today, run by the peer ministers and with the freshmen in attendance.
We thank you again for tuning in and hope you all have a great day. Garrett, Tyler, and Dan signing off. Back to you in the studio, Paul.